For the last 22 years, I have been a facilitator of creative process. It has made such an impact on how I do business with customers and on my own life that I decided that I was going to open a company that was completely dedicated to that. Cinnamon Sparks, it's a facilitation services company. I apply facilitated creative process to the job of helping nonprofits serve their communities more effectively and to help businesses grow. You might wonder, Cinnamon Sparks, where did that name come from? Well, it's actually a shout out to my dad, who is a small business owner and who was deeply involved in his community. And when I think about him, I think of all the ways that he could have used the help of an outside service to help him think through the priorities that he had for his business. Many times, business owners are so busy in the day-to-day doing the business, the running of the business, that they don't really have time to step back and think about the priorities or ideas that are swirling around in their head. A facilitator's role is to help you discover what priorities are really most important to your business and to help you break them down into specific projects that can be worked on by members of your team. When those two worlds collide, when that comes together, it's an amazing thing to watch what happens. With a facilitator leading the process, you have someone who is managing the meeting for you. So two things happen. You get to participate on equal footing with your team. And secondly, the tools and techniques that I use avoid the typical circular discussions and the typical, oh, that won't work, and we can't do that, and I don't think that's really going to happen. The immediate ROI is your shoulders cease to become your earrings, meaning you relax a little bit. Your employees, your team naturally become more engaged because they were a part of the solution. They own part of it. Using a facilitator and facilitated process in a meeting can help a very well-run team look at a problem differently. In the long term, should you need a completely different strategic direction, a strategic plan can be developed to help you pivot your company, to help you introduce a new product or service. I often hear from people that they generate ideas all the time, but often nothing happens. The difference in how I approach a project has to do with the discovery that happens before the meeting and the action plan that follows it. All that data and all that information is compiled and brought to the meeting for us to consider in formalizing your priorities and then ultimately in generating ideas and a plan to accomplish them. Getting started is really easy. We start with a conversation and a series of questions that helps us discover together what your priorities might be and which ones you want to work on first.